Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsea. Today I'm sharing with you my 7th alternative card design created with the Fluttering Garden March 2026 Paper Pumpkin Kit. The kit creates 3 cards and you get 3 in each design, as well as coordinating envelopes. And if you're interested in seeing me unbox the kit and create these cards or any of my other alternatives, you can click on the playlist up in the top right corner. Today we're going to keep it really simple but beautiful by adding some extra color to the card base and then attaching that large thank you greeting from the kit. So from the kit, I am going to use the card base with the circle, and it is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I have the large thank you greeting. From my own stash, I have a card base of thick basic white cardstock, and then a piece of basic black cardstock that is 1/8 of an inch larger than this piece. So it's 4 1/8 and 5 3/8. And then I have some black baker's twine. So let's go ahead and begin by coloring this card base. So for this card base, you could use any combination of colors that you want. Please do not feel like you have to do it exactly as I do. So I'm going to kind of do a rainbow color. So starting with my yellow, I'm going to do light lemon lolly. See how that looks. I might switch over to the dark. It just depends on how much ink I have in that. I also have some calypso coral that I'd like to do, and I'm going to do light calypso coral. I'm going to do light bubble bath. And I'm going to do my pool party, and I might do the dark pool party or the light. It kind of just depends on how much ink I've got in there. And then the green, let's do, I think I'll do Old Olive. So that is the light Old Olive. And we'll kind of start there and see how it goes. As you can see, I'm kind of sticking with the pastel colors, and I would choose lighter colors for this so that they don't compete with that beautiful black silhouette of the stamped image. So to do this, you are going to color about a 1/2 inch of color. Actually, let's go with an inch of color. Back and forth, starting with one. I'm not sure why I started with yellow, probably because that's what started up there. Then you're going to add the next color and do about an inch of that color. And then just do an extra little line into the previous color. Go back with your previous color and just blend that a little bit. That's one thing that I love about the blend markers, is that they blend so beautifully. Then let's do our bubble bath. Again, we're going with about an inch of color. Doesn't need to be exact. And then go into that previous color. And because this color is the lighter one of the two, I'm going to use that to blend. So I like to blend with my lighter colors. And again, you can see how that's starting to create this beautiful kind of ombre look. Let's start with our light pool party. We'll see how that goes here. So again, another inch of color. You could also do this vertically on the card. You don't have to necessarily do it horizontal like I am. A little bit in between those two colors. And then I'll go grab that bubble bath. That will be a good blending one for that. Then we've got green. So I've got my light Old Olive here. Looks like it might be on its way out. We'll add just a little bit more. A little bit into the blue, and then go back with my light pool party, blend that. Okay, So I've got about 5 colors on there. And let's go ahead and just keep repeating that all the way down. So yellow's next. And blend that into the green, just ever so slightly. Calypso coral. This is the light, right? Okay. It's a very dark color for being light. Blend that with the yellow. And then we'll go to Bubble Bath. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Such a fun, soft color ombre look. Okay, I love the large branch image, and I think it looks so good with the basic gray. So we're going to create that silhouette look with those two images together. And I'm going to begin in the center and try to cover up this circle that is on the card base. So similar to how they do it in the kit, I'm just going to do 2 stamps to hide it. Now you could do across the top, you could do vertical, horizontal, angled, doesn't really matter, but hide that circle with the stamps. Okay, and it just disappears. Then next, we'll just randomly add the stamp all over the rest of the card base. No right or wrong here. Just make sure you fill up, like you cover the entire stamp with ink, so you don't have any areas that don't get good coverage. And then I'm going to just add a little extra touch along the edges, just to make sure we get fun images throughout the whole thing. Okay, maybe a little touch there and there. Okay, so just fill it up. Mine looks like it has a little bit of a spiral look to it, but it doesn't have to. Okay, so you can really have that be any way you want. Okay, let's go ahead and add this to the black mat so we can get a little bit of border along the edge. And again, this is just 1/8 of an inch larger, so it's going to be a very thin border. Once you have that in place, we're going to take 20 inches of baker's twine and just wrap that around the center and tie a knot. I'm going to do it on the left side. So not a double knot, just a knot. Then you'll take between 11 and 12 inches of another thread, lay it over the knot, and then take the first strand and tie a nice tight knot around that one. And I just realized this is not going to be tight because I didn't tighten it before tying it. Okay, so make sure it's nice and tight, hold it in place, and tie a second knot. There we go. Okay, then that second strand, it should be loose. It's not tied into that knot, so you can pull it to even out the sides. And then you'll just take both strands on each side and tie a bow together. Then you can take one of those strands, make it a little smaller or bigger, just to give it a little interest. I'm going to pull one a little larger. Okay. So something like that, okay? And then let's add this to our card base with dimensionals. I do recommend using the larger ones. They just give a little more coverage, and since this piece is so big, it just makes it a little bit easier. Support the center, and then we'll put this on our card base. I love the simplicity of this card. And again, this is going to be a nice thin border, so very delicate looking in the design. And then our last thing is to add our greeting. A nice big thank you. It's always a perfect thing to say to someone. And I'm going to put it at an angle. You can do it however you want, whatever looks good to you. And I'm going to place it so that my bow is far to the left, and then that gives plenty of space for the greeting, so I don't cover up the greeting too much. So the bow can kind of go over the T. The T is so big that people are going to be able to read that just fine. And I like the loop. So you see that loop of the T, it is mimicked in the double bow. So it kind of goes together really nicely. And that card's done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this quick and simple card. If you're interested in getting your own paper pumpkin kit, please do so using the link in the description below to subscribe. And if you would like to see written instructions or close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsea.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.